Welcome to Implementing Analytics webcast series. This on how to avoid dashboard dangers to gain insights. Brought to you by the JPK Group and Aurora Predictions. Some introductions. JPK is best practice educational forums and discussions to help individuals and organizations conquer challenges with actionable and practical solutions, as well as open up new professional opportunities. Aurora is like Excel, big data, and artificial intelligence all in one to enable CFOs to solve their number one anxiety, making their quarterly revenue target and impacting growth. Now to our webcast. Dashboard dangers. Dashboards can offer insights into operations but can lead to false positives and false negative indicators. False indicators result in non-optimal or wrong decisions on the allocation of resources. Will this good trend continue? What decision would you make if it will or will not? Here, Western region demand has a positive trend. The decision would be to increase inventory. But without analytical predictions, is this a good decision? If we look at the result in the following month, as the future unfolds, it was a false positive, and now there will be excess inventory. Therefore, only knowing the past is insufficient to make decisions about the future. But visualizing the past can teach us insights about operations not available in spreadsheet reports. Let's explore three examples. Visualize trends versus point comparison reports, dimensional discovery versus spreadsheet tabs, and areas of operational overview. Point report versus visual trend. In this P&L report, it shows a good year-over-year trend in net sales, which is up over 8%. But this is only a point in time and potentially misleading. Financial dashboard gives the trend across time to give insights about the past that a point in time report can't. The 8% growth in net sales is actually caused by weak sales 9 months earlier, and the overall trend of sales is downward. So net sales trend is not as good as the report showed us. Tabs versus discovery. Spreadsheets are dimensionally limited, showing only a point in space and time, thus requiring many tabs to drill down on the state of operations, whereas dashboards can visualize multiple dimensions and trends simultaneously for better insights. An operational overview. Dashboards can be assembled into a coordinated overview of an operational area, here supply chain, to triangulate on strengths and weaknesses. For example, inventory turnover trend is weakening, as is social media growth. Finally, a note of caution on KPIs of no value. KPIs are of value when it affects operational decisions. Therefore, ask yourself if the KPI affects my decision. If the answer is no, then you don't need it. For example, seemingly important KPIs here, but have limited trend and high-level data. Therefore, they have no effect for daily store operational decisions. I'd like to show you now a different type of dashboard, something we call a lights board. It's a predictive dashboard, and the way it works is as follows. We have something we call a drill path. In this case, we're going to use a drill path that's set up by distributor type. These are the different distributors for a business, this business being a manufacturer of consumer and business electronics, and then by product group. So if I just expand this into the product groups of inkjets, laser jets, monitors, and scanners, and then into the products, you can see the products down here, and finally we get to the very detailed level, which is each distributor that distributes the product and the city store in which the product is sold. So in a predictive dashboard, we can see the past, the present, and the future. So if I just simply click on here, Let's go down to the Monitor 19 in the Business Solutions group. And what we're going to look at in our database is going to be the distributor unit sales. So for the distributor unit sales in the Monitor 19, we can look in this case at the distributor unit sales current month versus its KPI. And we can see by the donut gauge that we're well ahead of the KPI. The value for the month is 21,621 unit sales. And we can see we're well ahead in green. And now we can also take the next step and see the future. Can the future be predicted? In other words, what is the predicted trend of our distributor unit sales next month versus its KPI for the Monitor 19? And it says, well, we simply don't know. The data doesn't reveal itself to a prediction. But when we look on at our data, distributor unit sales at the Monitor 19 on a year-to-date basis and looking at it year over year, we see that we're ahead of last year slightly by 1.3%. But we can make a prediction of the future of the trend for the next 12 months, and that prediction is up. This is telling us that we have a slightly good trend that is predicted to get better. In other words, the tide is coming in on the distributor unit sales for the Monitor 19. And finally, we can see on a quarter-to-date basis versus plan. Well, on a quarter-to-date basis versus plan, again, our donut gauge is saying, yes, we're well ahead of plan, 31.3% ahead of plan. And we're also using artificial intelligence to forecast to the quarter's end. And we can see at end of quarter, we're actually going to forecast 25.1% ahead of plan, past, present, future. And we can go anywhere in our drill path. We can look at each store product and see what the performance and predicted performance is like. And when we get into like Fry Seattle, we can say we're running well ahead of our KPI, but we're running so far ahead of our KPI that it's unsustainable, and we're predicting next month that the actual distributor unit sales versus its KPI will actually be down next month. On a year-to-date basis, year over year, we're hitting it out of the park, 40.8%, and it's only predicted to get better. And when we look at a quarter-to-date versus plan, again, we're doing very well, 10.2% ahead of plan, and by the end of the quarter, we'll be 9.5% ahead of plan as forecasted through AI forecasting. Now, we can also shift to the year end, see how that looks, and we can say, wow, by year end, on a year-to-date basis, we're 40% ahead of plan year-to-date, but by the end of the year, we'll actually be 3.6% behind plan. So these are very interesting things we can visualize about the past, present, and future, and simply by clicking, we can see the various points in our drill path on how we're doing and how we're predicted to do. So the conclusion is that dashboards of only the past can have false negatives and false positives that can lead to wrong decisions. Therefore, use these dashboards to learn insights about the past, not contained in static reports, and for an enlightened story of operations. Finally, we'd like to invite you to Implementing Analytics Academy. It's unique, it's a university style, it has lecture and workshops, it guides you through implementing an analytics culture for data-driven decisions by giving you a detailed roadmap. You'll learn from others, you'll learn from your peers, you'll be able to network, you'll be able to build community that'll extend well beyond the academy. We hope to see you there. Also, for more information about the academy, that's presented by the Finance Analytics Institute and the JPK Group. Please go to the JPK website. It's at jpkgroupsummits.com, where you can learn more as well as register. And for more information about today's presentation, please contact me. I'm Robert Swirling, and I am at aurorapredictions.com. Thank you for your time today.